Hello everybody. Hello everybody, welcome. I'm guessing my microphone was on when I was having a little bit of frustration there with the software. I was trying to rename the file for the whiteboard, and the whiteboard wouldn't rename the file, so it just kept erasing what I was typing in. And I was like, what are you even doing? It's like not even a complicated task. Alright, anyway. Welcome to the stream. Hello everybody. If you haven't been here before, I'm Shane and we do this every Friday at SketchClub. We occasionally take a little bit of time off for, I think we had a couple of weeks off, 2 weeks off for New Year, Christmas. But usually every Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. we are here and we usually sketch something different every week. So if you like that idea, you're welcome to join us every week. If you would like to suggest a topic, you can. You can always contact us. My email's below me. If you want to send us your pictures too, you can do that through either social media or drop it in an email and send it to me. I'd love to see what you're making. So this week we have a new topic, which is going to be a little bit of preparation for a project I'm going to be doing in person. So I thought I've started the painting over on my canvas there, and I thought this is good. Like usually my process is to work in digital first to make all my mistakes, choose all my colors, do all my stuff. I usually work a little bit in my sketchbook, which you'll see in a minute, to work out my composition and sometimes value before I get going. But this one's got a pretty simple kind of defined value structure, so I think we should be okay. So thank you for joining us. If you haven't been here before, again, check out our website, www.jrartlab.com. We do all kinds of digital workshops like digital painting, graphic design, filmmaking, photography, podcasting, script writing, 3D sculpting and 3D modeling. So it's for kids and adults too. We also have creative coaching, we have group classes. So get in contact with us if those things kind of you would like to develop. Maybe you want to add a little bit of digital to your creative traditional process, or maybe you want to learn digital because you can take it with you and sketch all over the world if you're a traveler. But it's there. Please do also like, share and subscribe. It really helps us out. So without any more waffly waffle, I could do a waffle. You know what they do in Hong Kong? In Hong Kong was the first time I ever had a waffle, and then they put peanut butter, but smooth peanut butter and condensed milk. And I think it's like 2 layers, so it's like a sandwich waffle with condensed milk and peanut butter. If you've never tried it, I was skeptical until I ate it, and then it was like a thing I loved. Very, very delicious. Sweet, and then peanutty, and then the waffle. Anyway, now I don't know why I got a bit waffly there after my waffle comment. So let's get on over to my screen and have a little look at what I've collected for the references. Now you should be able to open these up for yourself. Where is my button? There. I need some kind of trippy 60s sound effect. I think that, like, with that spin, like Austin Powers. I don't know. One day. Okay, so these are the references I've collected. Now this one was sent to me by a lady who did a workshop I had a while back as something she would like to do. So this was the original kind of inspiration, which is very much like what you see around here where I live. So you've got like this lake here, and you've got some pine trees on like an island, and then some distant pine trees and a lot of fog here. So what I did is I collected a bunch of other stuff, similar stuff, and had a look at these similar stuff. Now I used Pinterest and I used Google, and you know, you can use ArtStation, whatever you like. Now this one looks very similar to that one up there, so obviously it's an inspiration. I like the one with the island, but I think we're not doing that one today, so maybe I'll do another one later with an island. I love these little islands that you see in Canada, where there's like they have like a few little islands in the middle of the lake. It's crazy. Okay, So here is in my sketchbook the other day. I did some thumbnail sketches. These are the ones I liked. So I started off with some small ones, and then I moved up to these ones. And these kind of looking at those references and then thinking about, like, so this first one, I was like, okay, our distant mountains, our fog, our trees. It's kind of similar to the original, but I thought maybe we'll add one of those little islands in here and then have another further back, kind of, I don't know, peninsula or whatever you call it, where it sort of points out, but the lake still flows through. So we've got kind of the lake all through here with this reflection. And then I took that a little bit further and did like a similar one with a bit more, without the island, but with like another closer peninsula. So it's very similar, but I was thinking, you know, maybe we should make this island a bit more prominent. But then if I make it prominent, it's going to take too much space. And I thought, let's see how that goes. And then I did this one here because I really liked this idea of having this great blue heron silhouette in, like, take this little bit here and pop it into a little island over here and have something similar. So I thought that could be really fun. Yeah, I'm not sure which way we'll end up going here. But we're just gonna, we've done our preparation work. We've got a little bit of reference. We're looking at the values and the color structures in here. And we're also looking at, we've done our thumbnail sketches here, so, or our small sketches to see kind of what we want to do with composition. The lighting structure, as I mentioned before, is kind of, you know, atmospheric lighting, so things further away are going to be lighter and desaturated. As it comes closer to us, it gets more saturated and darker. So that's kind of our lighting structure. Because of the fog, there's going to be a lot of ambient light, not much directional light. And our colors, I like the colors that are in this original one, this darker green, but then with these splotches of maybe a little bit more fresh green. But again, not necessary. If you want to do it differently, you can do it differently. If I didn't mention this, if you haven't been here before, you can do this in anything. I'm doing it in Rebelle Paint Studio or Rebelle 8 or something. But you can do it in whatever you've got. You can do it in your sketchbook with some colored pencils. You can do it in your iPad with Procreate or whatever sort of, you know, watercolors, whatever it is that you like to do. The point is just to get a subject matter and work on that subject matter and push our skills and see what we make. I also really like this one with the tall trees that are really kind of faded in there. It's very interesting, and as it comes forward it gets darker, but then we also get these bits where the light's kind of hitting these more illuminated areas of the trees, but no reflection on this one. So yeah, you can kind of take this whichever way you go. Now this one was interesting too because I like that they've got this warm cool. So our sky is kind of orangey, reddy, pinky up the top here. And then our fog gets kind of blue as it comes down here. And then we've got our greens, which are kind of acting cool here in this situation. Darker and cooler. Alright, so I'm going to pop this on my other screen. I hope the volume's okay. If you can't hear me or the music's a little bit too loud, please let me know. I'm just going to consider the music's kind of loud. I'm just going to turn that down a little bit here. So we just get out of the orange. There we go. Because I want to be orange and red, and the music needs to be slightly less. Now it's gone all the way. Welcome to classical. Okay. So let's move this back here. And I've got this on my other screen here. So if you want to see it, you can grab the link from the chat. Alright. Now I just made a new document here in my software. Got my little glove. I've got my palette set up. And I'm going to be I might sketch a little bit our thumbnail there. That we were working on, so I'm just going to start off with a pencil today, I think. Let's go 2B. I'm just going to reset it. Let's check the 4B and reset it. Okay, we'll stick with 4B, I think. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to put this line sort of on the bottom third here. That's handy, I didn't know that happened. Alright. So this will end up being a little bit different again. The little trick I'm doing to kind of work with the reflection here. Now this is obviously, we're going to add a bit of snow in here, I think. But it's not snow, it's not cold enough to freeze the lake. So I'm just going to drop these lines down so I can help myself when it comes to the reflection. So this is still going to be water here, and I've got the little, I'm going to try the little island idea. My software actually wanted to update today, but I told it to shut up in my tutorial. I think I can notice a little bit of pressure problems right there. Probably because I didn't update the software. Put a little thing there. Maybe some. Maybe here we'll have a second sort of layer of. We'll work on that in a bit. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Do I like this? Do I like this? Yes. Okay, now we need to put this reflection down here. That's nice because we've got this kind of leading lines directing our eye to this. However, this front mountain may sort of block it, but we'll see how it goes. And then we've got this front mountain which comes off this tree here. Not do that. Let's draw this properly. Oh, my brain is hurting drawing upside down. No, that way. Huh? Yep, that way. It's not quite right, is it? We'll see as we go. Okay, so I've got some canvas texture, I've got a background here. Now, let's get some colour. I'm going to start with some ultramarine blue. And we'll get some white. Let's put the Naples yellow. And our black, and we'll put a bit of burnt umber, and we want some I'm going to get cad yellow deep. Try this oxide of chromium, and I'm going to put in the raw umber too. So, okay, we'll get a bit of mixing to start off with. Now I couldn't decide if I wanted to do, this is why I like digital. I couldn't decide when I started the traditional painting, I couldn't decide if I wanted to do a bluish kind of sky, bluish fog, or the original one has kind of a greenish tone. So in here we can kind of experiment with this. So, oh, good job. go and put some colour in. We've got one layer going here. What have we got? Flat. And we can't paint. Why can't we paint? Oh, we're on blend. There we go. It's a bit bright. Oh, we'll keep this underneath our sketch. And then we'll chuck our sketch in the bin later. Move into the next mountain, which is... Ooh, my brain's kind of confused now. Hold on, which one's the back one? This one. saturated. I'm going to move up a level. I'm going to make another layer for this one. And we're going to shrink the brush a little bit. We're just blocking in the big shapes to see how all the big shapes look in the beginning. We need to turn on that pigment button. Okay, big structures are in, almost. And then we've got this guy. Check my layout. I think I'm painting up, yep. Now, I did block in the mountain that I just realized is closer to us first. And there's a little bit of a problem with that. Because it needs to be darker and more saturated. So I feel like this one, let's zoom out and have a look. I feel like that one might be a little bit too close to that value. And if I squint at it, no, it's kind of far, but it's okay. Let's see. If I sample this, that's where I am. If I sample this, yeah, it's very close. So I feel like that bit should be darker. So Let's do that. Darker, a bit more saturation. Just atmosphere will not feel the same, I think. That's better. Now, if we were fancy, we could select this layer. Let's try that first. We'll do it the fancy digital way. Okay, so I'm going to select this. And I'm going to subtract from the selection. Freehand. Okay, so I've just selected the bit there. And that will make it faster. I can now just get my brushy. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Okay. Good. Okay. We've got everything in. I think we have that. Let's name that SK. That's JK apparently. Let's turn off that sketch there and have a look. Yep, that looks like it reads okay. Okay. Now we're going to add a new layer on top of here. And this next one is going to be our trees. So we're going to sample this and we're going to go brighter and darker and more saturated. And we're going to build what we want for our tree situation. So let's try this with knife. I think we'll go a bit darker than that. If we go a bit darker, we'll have room to move. No, I think we should be a bit shorter. feel like that should be darker. I'm going to do another digital trick here. And go to hue, saturation, brightness. I'm going to darken just this layer. Okay. And add a bit more saturation to it. On this bit first. So let's try our what kind of brush do we want for this? Let's see what this bristle hair is like. She's a bit slow. I realise I've got a bit of a computer issue. So I usually use one of my browsers and it does have a million tabs open. And what I realised is when it has a million tabs open, I get a warning from my computer that it's using too much RAM. Even though this is quite a powerful Core i7. And it's just an internet browser. It's not even like Photoshop or 3D or anything. But I guess it does use a lot of power to have those tabs open. But those are my regular things I usually visit. So I think I just might have to switch over when I'm streaming to a different browser How are we doing for time? Wow, it's just eating up. I was a little bit late today, so we'll probably run a bit over. We're still kind of just working on the base here. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a different browser for streaming. So I can close off the big boy. And... let's have a look. Good. I think what I really want to do is a little bit of blending on these back. Let's try this bristle soft, because the texture's kind of getting to me here. It's creating too many lines. So we'll just blend this a little bit. You wouldn't see that much detail up in there anyway. Okay, and then here. And let's get rid of our sketch and see how she's looking. distracting now. There is some on that layer too, so let's do that. The impasto is a little bit out of control, so we're just toning it down. Turn that off for a second and see if there's some thick paint. Alright, less distracting. Where is that line coming from? That layer. Soften up these edges that are a bit further away. Alright. Bring our trees back. Let's do a save. Pines. Fog. Alright, now we want to work on this foreground area. Bring in a little bit more. We might just leave those. I would put more detail in there, but we don't. I don't know if we're already at 9 o'clock, so let's not. Maybe later. Okay, so I am now going to go a bit yellower. And a bit more saturated. And a little bit brighter. And make some weird shapes in here. Okay. wrong one. Looking good. Alright, now let's work on this reflection. Sample this dark, and I'm going to run a line. Sample that, and we're going to go a little bit yellower. Actually, no, we'll go a little bit greener, a little bit brighter. And we'll make some weird shapes in here. Maybe there's some bushes. We'll try and make similar shapes on the bottom. say we should do this back here and also block in some... Okay, let's see how fast we can do that. We'll start with this mountain. Maybe that one we can get away with not having it. We go a bit darker. Go bigger. Kind of weird. Let's try this line with my brush. She's a bit slow. Let's try rough oily. A bit faster. We may have to darken up our little island. Is that our island? Yeah. Saturated actually. So too saturated. Take our little island and better. And we'll go back to there. Okay, so this is the island. And the background of that one. Okay. So we'll go here. Let's try and put in... Oh, we're on the thingy. Let's try something new. Let's try Bristle Lake. I need to fix that brush. I think we're going to have to leave it there for today. It's a good start. We should save it. I think we need some lighter colours and some more detail, and maybe a little bit of blending on that middle mountain. A bit of work on the land, and also maybe a little bit of work on the reflection. We might be able to help it a little bit by just doing something like this. So let's have a look. That was a fun one. Definitely good to do these preparations before you get onto a canvas. If you're going to be working on something, you can make all your mistakes and experiment as much as you want in here and try out different color palettes. Like, I definitely want to try a blue in this sky. We can even adjust it in digital, so I might try that a little bit later. So, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll be back again next week. If you would like to suggest a topic or you have some references you want to send to us, my email was at the beginning of the video. It's shane@jartlab.com. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope if you're in Quebec, you're staying warm and you've got plenty of firewood, because it is minus 30 something today and it is cold. So, stay warm. We'll see you next week, guys. Have a great week. Bye.